Yes, top of the afternoon, the evening, you know the vibes. The news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. I'm here. I'm about to get to some things that, yeah, as you can see my chair. You see my gaming chair. We in the process of shipping all this around. Though. We're gonna be moving all this around. All right, y'all. As you can see, I am here. I have a fire show planned for y'all this evening. Just give me a second. I'm trying to do a couple things. As you can see, I'm still in the work uniform because we always working. Hopefully the microphone is good where it's at. Then we're gonna get to cooking. Run through some of these topics, man. Excuse me.
Sometimes in business,
I don't want to sit down.
You can't move your legs fast enough. It is literally like
I don't want to sit down until it's official go time. You know what I'm saying?
Sage, helping business.
I want to make sure y'all hearing me.
Since 1882,
Everything
the
is
modern
good.
cheesemakers have been the mozzarella experts. So no matter how you slice it,
Yeah, they don't. How am I sounding? How am I sounding? How am I sounding? How am I sounding? Am I sounding good? Am I sounding? How am I sounding? I think we sounding good. We in the process of getting this whole room together. Once this room is together, it's a wrap. And then I'm gonna shift it upstairs. But it's getting there, man. Every time I get this set up, right, how I want it, my kids come and they just strong on the shit. Then me, like a father, I get frustrated and be like, yo, fuck it. I'm done with it. But now, like I said, I got them something going on. And this is gonna be me, right? This is gonna be me. But let's get to some of these topics that I want to touch on tonight. Hold on, let me share this real quick. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this because it's up right now. We are up and running. Shout out to Muscle Evans. Muscle Evans is up, man. It's his time, man. He is about basically 2 days out. Tomorrow's his weigh-in. Then Saturday night is his fight night, man. Saturday night is his fight night. So shout out to him and the whole Wise Out movement. Also, Isaiah Carr making his pro debut on that card as well. So shout out to them and everything they got going on. That's a good look. Turning pro. So shout out to them. Fighting on a big card, you know what I'm saying? A hometown card. Let me share this real quick. I'm about to kill it for y'all, boy. I'm going to kill it like only y'all can. Like I said, it's coming along, man. Slowly but surely. Rome wasn't built in a night, in a day. The Source Experience, same thing. See, especially when you like I said, man, I have a lot of people, right, who secretly. It's not even secretly no more. So that's why I say now you can't hide no more. But I have a lot of people who try to undermine, don't want to see me blow, don't want to see me go. You know, they try to make it hard for you, suckers. That's life. It's nothing. You know, it's life. But as you can see, when God has something for you, it's always going to be for you. When you are chosen to do something, a task, a mission, you're always going to have that mission, no matter whether. See, what I noticed too, right? We're going to get into some shit tonight, man. Like I said, I got time. As you can see, my setup is coming along. We just got to tighten it up a little bit over here, clean up a little bit more. But we getting there, man. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, I'm rocking and rolling. Put that down. Okay, all right, okay. That's why they got to get they about to get situated too. Have you seen what I posted on the community page? When I get them situated, they won't have to keep coming busting up in here, man. You know, like you have your own lab. Shout out to WCS in the building. I'm in the process of transforming 2 labs, man. You know what I mean? Transforming 2 labs. Give me a second. You see, I got my chair. Look. We getting there, y'all. We getting there. Give me 2 seconds. Go in there and watch it make a hot chocolate. All right, y'all. I'm back. Roll out my chair. Now, I'm gonna get to these topics, right? So let me go over here. Look, I got a whole nother format with this, y'all. Check me out right here. Look, I'm gonna show you why I don't really be using notes no more. This is why I don't use my notes. I don't need to. I don't need to use notes no more, right? This is why, right here. Look, this is why I don't use my notes no more, right? This is why I'm not using the notes right here. These are my notes right here. Can y'all see that screen? Yes, y'all see that screen. So once I know y'all see that screen, I will exit down here. See how I'm learning how to do all these things now, right? Guys in trouble. Yep. So I can see it right there. Y'all see all of this, right? So I want to start off with this right here. And look, unlike the rest of these guys that talk boxing and everything, I posted this and put this out there. But if you go over to the color guy, Blue Blood Sports TV, he had David Benavidez's father, and he could not confirm this. He said it may be the 15th or the 25th. He still doesn't know the date. So this is not edged in stone yet. He doesn't even know the card. But I posted this because at least now, mainstream media, Michael Benson, who like a lot of y'all like to call old media, is starting to throw out dates, right? They're throwing out dates. So anytime things like this happen, they are testing the waters. Also seeing Javante tweet Chicago, Houston, shit like that. So they're testing the waters. Let that soak in. Is that soaking in, right? But like I said, he was over there, the father, senior, Jose Sr. was over there with Blue Blood, and he did not confirm this. You know, he did not confirm this. But this is what the boxing scene, and also shout out to my guy Christopher. Yo, Christopher, man. I'm gonna shift over and show. I appreciate everything that you are doing for the movement over here. As you can see, look, man. Hold on, I'll get up again. Look, I got a nice setup, man. I just gotta clean up. Once I clean up in here, I'll really show it to y'all. But I got a nice setup now at the crib, right? and I'm adding on to it. But you see my nice chair right here. We get into it, man. But appreciate you though, my guy. Yeah, so this hasn't been confirmed yet, so we still don't know the date. That's why I said. But even when they do confirm it, what I want y'all to do is catch the vibes that I'm giving y'all as a consumer, right? Because that's what we all are. Look, don't listen. Take off your content creating hat and put on your consumer hat. Take off your goofy hats, because a lot of y'all are goofy that do content, and put on your consumer hat. As a consumer, not as a content creator that pushes narratives for promotional companies, for fighters, for networks and shit like that. As a consumer, 3 shows in 6 months. That's what we're looking at right now. From the almighty PBC. 3 shows in 6 months. The writing is on the wall. These guys are weak right now, man. These guys are weak, right? 3 shows in 6 months. Now, remember how the talk from, like I said, a lot of guys that pushed the narrative, the line for them, right? Used to be how the PBC was the best. So they went from being the best to not even can pump out like the rest. Yo, pause. If y'all take my rhyme, please quote me on that, man. They went from being the best to not even be able to pump out like the rest. 3 shows in 6 months. Meanwhile, the others, their competition, like some of these other content creators love to point out competition, right? That's why I guess you content creators that are supposed to be media, right? Y'all are lost, right? Because when you're media, let me break this down to you now. As media, I have a media company. I work for my daughter, right? Even though I got this uniform on too, I rock many jobs. That's the Caribbean vibes in me. I'm a man of many hats, so I rock many titles, right? As real media, and this is why I said a lot of you guys aren't media. You guys are just, content creators. I'll give you that title. Because when you're media shares information. They report on information, right? A lot of you guys, right? Boxing guys, I'm talking about. Boxing content creators. Not only do you not share information, you see how, look, y'all say I have a problem with Buddy, right? With Blue. Did you see how I just shared the fact that he interviewed the father, Jose Sr., and Jose Sr. didn't confirm this? That's called sharing. But these other guys who are quarter media, all this other shit, they don't do this. Know why? Because they're not for real. They're not solid. They're not official, right? And they damn sure not media. Let's stretch that off right there, right? Scratch that off. But as media, that's what you're supposed to do. Share information, report information, accurate information. Sometimes it does happen, right? But that's what you should do as media. Are you guys following that, man? Are y'all following that, man? I'm just digging my setup, man. Like I'm normally now, you see, I'm a lot louder because I'm not at the library setting, right? And I don't have to really be courteous to others. I'm in my, my kingdom. So I am a little louder, right? But hopefully y'all caught that vibe though, right there, right? So 3 shows in 6 months. As a consumer, that is terrible. That's terrible, man. But like I said, you guys are gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. You guys drink the Kool-Aid. Look, this isn't Kool-Aid. You guys are gonna drink the Kool-Aid and just be excited when this date is announced. Meanwhile, they only gave us 3 fights in 6 months, half the year. Don't lose sight of that, man. I'm not gonna continue to be the dead horse because you guys have no clue on what I'm saying, or do you? You probably do, but it doesn't matter to you because you guys are caught up in the matrix. But right here, shout out to Wise Owl Boxing. They have a show this Saturday, the National Armory. Muscle Evans, who I use on my thumbnail, and also making his pro debut, Isaiah Carr in Greensboro, North Carolina. This is Wise Owl Boxing. Shout out to all those good brothers over there, Mark, Lamont, doing big things, man. Continued success, continued growth. Look at all that merch. Doesn't some of this merch look familiar? It does, right? Doesn't the Source have some of this merch? Shout out to those guys. Yeah, I think I have that. I also have that IBF belt, man. Shout out to Wise Owl Boxing. This Saturday, Greensboro, North Carolina. the National Armory, man. They are putting on a fight card, man. So salute to those guys. Continued success as well, right? Now, this is what I want to get to, right? I know guys didn't want to report on it because I broke it first, or I talked about it first, right? But these guys want to talk about everything and everything else. They want to talk about Shakur, right? Why y'all not talking about this? Let's let this soak in real quick. Catch these vibes, y'all.
The news by Shanewz.
We'll bring it back. See, this is my content, so I can pump it out. This is my content.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuna with Laura. I'm a top rank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Tech Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes. The news by Shanewz. So, man, I just checked out an interview with Africa, aka Richard Hitchens. He's talking rather very spicy in regards to Devin Haney. So I just wanted to get some of y'all reaction on this, man. You know, Africa is a skilled, talented fighter, but his assessment of Devin Haney's rise to the kingdom of lightweight and now a champion at 140 is rather interesting. What's your take on that?
Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, we're trying.
Do I know? Got him.
He's not a champion. I'm like, oh, like as if he earned what he did. He fought Kambosos. He caught a lick. Everybody knew Kambosos was a lick.
Damn.
Fought Lomachenko, and in a sweat in a fight that was super close. If he was a true champion, he would have given Lomachenko his rematch. That's what he should have did.
Whoa.
He ran up and fought Regis Prograis. Everybody know Regis is a bum.
Whoa.
Everybody know that.
Whoa.
Devin knows that. People that have been in the ring with Regis sparring knows that. I know that. And now when he's at 140, he has, like I said, he have a great relationship with Eddie. Why not, if I'm hating, if I'm this and I'm all that, why not come shut me up?
The news by Shanewz. This is a sauce experience, but hey, what do I know?
Yo, let's unpack that now, man. See what we doing over here, man. Let's unpack some of this right now, man. For those of y'all that's still in here, let's unpack this, right? Did y'all catch those vibes? Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you. Are a true supporter. True supporter of the source. But let's unpack that, man. Let's unpack that. Shout out to WCS in the building. I'm getting there, WCS. I'm getting there. Let's unpack this right now, right? Now, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them, right? Now, I didn't say this, right? But I'm gonna break these terms down to you. I'm from New York. Richard Hitchens is from New York, Brooklyn, right? He said that Devin Haney caught a lick, right? He said he earned it. You see, let's be clear on this. Media time. Now we're breaking this down. He said that Devin Haney earned it, but he caught a lick, meaning, you know, like a come up, right? That, you know, George Kambosos really wasn't like that, but he caught the lick, right? Let's pause it right there. Let's analyze that and assess that. Because I watched the content creator say that Devin Haney ran through the division. I think Richard Hitchens is more accurate than this content creator that said he ran through the division. Because when you think about what Richard Hitchens is basically telling you, yes, he earned it, but he only beat George Kambosos to get it. Granted, he went to Australia twice, but Richard Hitchens is saying that George Kambosos is a lick, a come up, that he's not like that. You know, that he's not like that. That's why I want to point that out, because you're gonna have other content creators. This was seen, man, because this was posted on Richard Hitchens's thing, and I also think Matchroom, because he has the fight coming up. But they don't want to talk about this, right? They're gonna talk about it now because I'm putting the light on it. But they didn't want to talk about this, right? They want to talk about Shakur and all this other shit. Like, man, listen, this man is talking on Devin. They're in the same weight class. I believe he's in position even for a belt over there too at the 140. But he said that Devin beat a bum in Regis Progress. And shout out to my man OGP. He commented on it, and he said, hey, look, I'm media, man. Right? He said, damn, nasty work by Africa. We call him Africa, Richard Hitchens, right? Nasty. So if y'all keep hearing me say Africa, I'm referring to Richard Hitchens. You know, shout out to him. You know, we got a lot of work with him coming up. He used to spar with Jihad all the time. So you're gonna hear me call him Africa, man. I know him as Africa, man. So you heard Africa, right? Say that Regis was a bum. And my guy, shout out to OGP, Gleason's Gym and all that, right? He was like, yo, that's nasty work calling him a bum, right? And I said, you know what? I commented back to him. I said, listen, you're right as far as calling a two-time champion a bum. But I said, Africa has been consistent with this. He said this way before Devin and Regis fought. He said that Regis was a bum and all that because Africa was trying to fight him. So I said, you know, they fighters, bro. At the end of the day, it's like this, right? Me being media, right? And I am media, right? Media marketing agent is my title. So that's like me telling another media person who I feel is not up to standard, you suck. You know? You are my peer, so I can say that. So that's why I don't see Africa. That's why I had to tell Pete. I said, nah, you know, they are peers, right? You know, maybe me and you saying that is nasty work, right? Because we're not in that field, right? Fighting field as far as competing like them. So, you know, Richard is, by my definition of it, is nothing wrong with what he said. As somebody that competes, as somebody that is his peer, if that is how he feels, right? Like I said, these are fighting words though, but shout out to Africa. He said a two-time champion was a bum. And then he stood on it. He said everybody that has been in the ring with him sparring and fighting knows this. So my question is now for the three that's in here. Thank you. WCS said true. What do you guys think about that though, man? Those are fighting words, man. And he said Devin Haney did not earn it. I thank you, Chris. I see your comment. You said George was a C+ fighter. Man, yeah. Many people say that. They say that George caught Tia feet. Listen, and we're gonna get into more of this in a second, right? We're doing it step by step. We got time, right? He said that George Cambosa was a lick because everybody knows he caught Tio at the right time, right? And that's how he knocked Tio off. Tio had all kind of lung issues and a lot of shit going on with him, but he lost, and George Cambosa came up. And then Devin Haney caught the ultimate come up, right? But let's peel back the last layer. I'm going to rewind it because I don't want, you know, this is going to get spread out, right? Now, I don't want them to say that I'm hating because, yo, whenever you talk about Devin Haney and you question some of the things that he has done or does, and they say you're hating, right? But I want you to hear from the man himself, and then we're going to dissect this, right? Listen to what he says, right? And I got to get your thoughts on this.
Hey, everybody know Regis is a bum. Everybody know that. Devin knows that. People that have been in the ring with Regis sparring knows that. I know that. And now when he's at 140, he has, like I said, he have a great relationship with Eddie. Why not? If I'm hating, if I'm this, and that's what he should have did. But he ran up and fought a lick. Everybody knew Cambosa was a lick. Fought Lomachenko. And in a sweat, in a fight that was super close. If he was a true champion, he would have given Lomachenko his rematch. That's what he should have did. But he ran up and fought Regis.
Right there. See, I'm going to bring it back. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm out here starting shit, right? I'm reporting shit, right? Did y'all catch those vibes right there, right? The man said, now listen, pay attention to this now. I'm giving y'all the sauce over here, man. These other content creators, they're not doing this like this, man. Because like I said, a lot of these guys, they want to be friends. They want to be in. Good thing. That's why I say I appreciate it, right? You might can say that about me, but listen, I have my friends, my associations. I'm Team Tucker. I'm Wise Owl Boxing. I work with a lot of fighters, but I also report on boxing, right? See, these other guys, they don't even have situations like I have with fighters or teams, but they won't do this, right? Like I said, shout out to Richard Hitchison, shout out to Devin Haney, right? I don't work for neither one of these guys, but you see I'm on here reporting on what Richard Hitchison's speaking on, right? Now, other people that don't even work for the Haneys will not report on this. Why? Because look what he just said about Devin. He said that Devin, now he said this, and I'm reporting on this. He said that Devin Haney and Lomachenko's fight was basically neck to neck, and a lot of people have already said this. You probably still get debates right now that many people said that Devin lost that fight, but Devin got the decision, right? But a lot of people said that it was neck to neck, right? Did you hear what Richard Hitchison said? Richard Hitchison took it a step further, and I'm just reporting this, right? Calling out another fellow warrior, saying that you should have ran it back. Now, listen, I'm in the gyms, right? I'm around these warriors, right? I'm going to speak on it now because it's public record now. Richard Hitchison has said this, Africa. But I've been around other fighters, coaches as well, that feel the same way Africa felt. As far as what Africa has stated, the fact that you ran. He said, look, I'm not saying these, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to bring this back, right? Because, you know, you guys will get on here because you don't like me or like what I do, but try to do what I do and sugarcoat this shit. Africa said you ran. He's a runner. He's a track star. He's a runner. He's a track star. You ran to 140. Watch out. Come on. Keep it skipping. You ran to 140. Right? You ran to 140 and didn't give that man his rematch. I'll play it again for y'all since y'all think I make shit up all the time or I talk too much.
And in a sweat, in a fight that was super close. If he was a true champion, he would have caught Kambosos. He caught a lick. Everybody knew Kambosos was a lick. Fought Lomachenko, and in a sweat, in a fight that was super close. If he was a true champion, he would have given Lomachenko his rematch. That's what he should have did. But he ran up and fought Regis Prograis. Everybody know Regis is a bum.
All right. I again, so y'all understand. I didn't make that up. You ran, and I quote, you ran. If you was a true champion, you would have gave that man his rematch. But you ran. So when you hear me say he's a runner, he's a track star, he's gonna run away when it gets hard. He ran to go fight Regis. But why you guys ain't reporting on this, man? Why you guys ain't talking about this? Let that soak in, man. The news by Shanewz. While that soaks in, right? Let that soak in, right? You know what? Where I'm from, what Richard just said, he ran, right? When somebody runs from confrontation, you know what we say? We say, yo, that nigga's ass.
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
So why not show a fat ass? The news by Shanewz, man. But damn, that's fighting words, man. That is fighting words, man. You know, that is fighting words, right? What do y'all think about that, man? Let's digest that real quick. That is fighting words, man. He basically called him out in so many words. Right or wrong? Excuse me, right or wrong? He basically called him out in so many words, man. He said, yo, listen, man. I'm gonna let it soak in for y'all, and then I'm gonna break it down in the source language and gym language, what just took place right there. And the rest of you LDBCers, you Devin Haney, you Bill Haney, dick riders, you Devin Haney, nut huggers, y'all gotta come out here and clean this up. Because you gotta clean this up, man. Y'all running around doing content on Shakur. Shakur's not talking spicy like this on Devin. Richard Hitchison is. So let's uncut raw source what just took place right here. What we just seen take place is Richard Hitchison basically said that you was at the right place at the right time. You happened to stumble out your crib and the brick truck tipped over in front of your crib. George Cambosa, you caught the lick. Then you ran into Lomachenko. Lomachenko was a sweat. It was one of those, man, oh shit, that was the police. We just got away. You got away, right? But in getting away, if you was a real bad man, you would have gave that man his get back, another opportunity. But he said you tucked your tail and shook your tail feather and ran to go fight a bum who everybody knows ain't like that anymore. Did y'all catch that assessment? Because that's what Richard Hitchison said in so many words. In so many words. That's what he said. Yes, right, Chris. That's what he said in so many words. In so many words. The news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. Let them know. Source is out here. A real bad man.
In the arena, look who I got. Ring girl.
Hi, Arena. Miss you, girls.
Hey. Thank you.
Hey, this is Coach Larry Wade, IBL Champions. Hey, I train professional boxers, and you with Sauce Talk Podcast. You don't want to miss anything that he puts on here.
Appreciate you, champ. You know the vibe.
Yo, appreciate you, OG Larry Wade, Mr. IBL Champions. You don't want to miss nothing that I put on. You don't want to miss nothing that he puts on. Larry is about to get another big bag with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Salute to you, Larry. Continue to keep winning. You know the vibes, my guy. Appreciate that. But let's skip on down the road a little bit, right? Let's skip on down the road. You see what my man said, Africa. See, we know him as Africa. That's my guy, Pete, right here, OG in the building, right? See, me and OG, because look, we know each other. We know the language. See, you see what OG said to me, my guy, Pete Gleason's gym. He said, man, Africa will say just about anything, calling Regis a bum is nasty work. See, because OG is a coach. You know, he was trying to say, you know, he shouldn't say that about another guy, another fighter. But like I said, they're fighters. You see what I told OG? I said, OG, he's staying consistent. He been calling Regis that. You know what I'm saying? He's been calling him that, man. Right? But shots fired, man. We covered this. Man. He was on one, man. He was on one. See, these guys on here talking about Shakur and Devin, right? Look, I think I even added Bill Haney. Look, see when a real player steps out there, right? See these dudes, right? They tuck their tails, right? They tuck their tail, right? Like I'm gonna tell you something about this internet shit, right? I want y'all to catch the vibes on this. This internet shit is so fake and watered down, right? Now, had I been like an internet troll, what they used to always try to say I was, right? I added all these people in this, right? Everybody that I spoke on, right? Devin, right? And I'm gonna show you all this, right? Bill, all these guys, I added them to let them know, like, yo, I'm gonna be talking about y'all. I pay attention to Twitter, right? You see, they try to sweep my shit underneath the rug. But it's out there. It's on too many social media sites. And now I'm doing my professional. This is professional quality. They can say what they want to say about my setup. My setup is getting better and better. The room is a little dirty right now. But in a second, this whole shit is going to be flipped all the way over. But as far as the quality and the laptop now and the microphone and all of this shit is crystal clear. Can y'all hear me? The ones that's in here. How is the visual looking and how is the audio sounding? Crystal clear now, right? Especially the videos that I just played with Africa right there is no freezing, no glitching, none of that. So it's not the equipment anymore, right? But this is what's going on. They're talking about Shakur. They're talking about Shakur. But this man talked about them. But like I said, if I was like this guy right here, or this guy right here, or these other guys that do this shit, man, they would have got right at me instantly, ASAP. But this is the Marley interview, fire interview that I broke down yesterday. You know, Marley's on his way, right? Real growth shows, man. But they don't want to talk about Africa getting on his helmet. Look, that's Devin Haney. I added them. I'm showing y'all this. These are the proofs. These are the proofs right here. You see that? That's Devin Haney. I added them. I added Matchroom, right? That's why, listen, for the real ones out there, it's important to share real content. And one thing about me, I share. You guys need to start doing that for me. If you really fuck with me, share my shit. Because a lot of times they try to act like the shit that I'm kicking, nobody's listening to. But then, you know, some other square jellyfish, jelly ass dudes run with this shit, and then they try to act like I ain't put it out there. But please do that. Please. In all due respect. Because look, I added all those people. Only 52 views on that. But I think on TikTok, it's up on TikTok, you know. And the video on, you know, YouTube, for whatever reasons, you know, my YouTube videos, they don't do views like that, a lot of them. But then I swear I hear my content. I hear the exact content that I kick word for word other places. It is what it is, though. The news by Shanewz. Appreciate that. WCS said crystal clear. Yeah, man. Appreciate all the gems that you've been giving me behind the scenes, man, about different equipment and PCs and cameras. Like I said, I am a builder, right? And it takes time, especially like I said, where I'm at in my neck of the woods, right? I have accumulated a lot of enemies, right? That's why I said you can't hide no more. I have accumulated a lot of enemies, a lot of people who try to undermine me, throw salt on my name and shit on me, right? So whenever you are up against many people and you are marching alone, because one thing about me, I march alone, right? I do have my team and my family, but when I go to war and battle with people, I'm not running, trying to get help, like what Richard said. He said, yo, you ran, right? I'm not running. I'm taking it on. Check my history. I won head up against Earl Spence, Derrick James, all of them. Stood tall. These niggas is hiding now. They hiding because they know they lied. And look, where am I at right now? All over ESPN, marching. But these guys lied. I went head up with them. And then going head up with them, what also happened? They're little flunkies, the little shitty ass internet niggas that can't even do nothing with my daughter's catalog. All of these guys, disloyal to the boxing game, handyman, the other motherfucker with no hairline, all these weird niggas. Where y'all at now? I'm here, stronger than ever. But I want the war with all of y'all. Stop hiding. Come outside, man. Come outside and I'll kick both your asses like you stole something. The news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. Well, shout out to Richard Henderson. I like that. I like that language, warrior. Let's see what they say. They too busy talking about Shakur. They too busy talking about Shakur. But you know what I'm gonna do? Because I touched on my topics, right? I am going to open the floor up for people if anybody wants to come on. Because that's what we do over here now, right? Anybody wants to come on and drop a gem, drop their own source, feel free. The link will be out there. Because I think I crushed my topics, right? I'm not gonna touch on Canelo. I'll say that for a later date. You know, I just think like they let Canelo be bigger than the program, and it's showing. I'm gonna do a whole in-depth live on that. You know, Canelo just does what he wants to do. He's the only one. But you know why? I just think like Canelo, he's what he is, right? He knows he can extort the PBC because that's what he basically did, right? While you know, I'll speak on it a little bit, right? To me, Canelo has extorted the PBC, right? He got that for $35 million. And you seeing fighters just leave left and right over there. Sabrel Matisse, the champion, had to leave. We just seen Kenny Bossman Sims. He stepped off. Shout out to Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd is a content creator now. This guy is a former unified champion. He's putting out content like me and many others now. Shout out to Christopher White in the building. Christopher, what's going on? How are you feeling on this Throwback Thursday?
Man, I feel real good, man. That was a fire video, man. I have to give you props, man. Richardson, he told the truth, man. Devin, he said it in his, he said it in the post thing. He put the cat in the hat. He said, "Yeah, I'm fighting a bum. I'm fighting a bum," and and he whooped him. But my thing, he didn't knock him out. So come on, man. I'm talking about Progress. He didn't knock out Progress.
Yo, anyone in there, damn near. No, he was. He was almost close to the super middleweight. He was 165 pounds. Super middleweight's a 168. But yeah, Richard Hitchison ain't playing, man. Richard Hitch, Africa. I'm gonna say Africa, man. I hate saying that last name, right? But Africa, man, from warrior to warrior, says some fighting words, man. They got to get to it, man. Those are fighting words. Go ahead, you got it.
My bad. You finish off. I
said what Africa said to him, right? That's fighting words, bro. They gotta fight. They gotta get to it, man. Africa told them basically, you ran. You ran from Lomachenko, bro. Now a lot of people have been saying this. Like I said, I just didn't want to come on here, but now since it's out there, this video's out there. But I've been in gyms. And what happens in the gym stays in the gym. That's why you haven't really seen me on here broadcasting that, saying that. But Africa's not the only fighter or coach that I have heard say this about Devin Haney and the Lomachenko shit. Like, yo, bro, you ain't even run it back with him. Like, you heard what people were saying. You might have lost that fight. Some people thought you lost that fight. And you, like what Africa said, you're a champion. Why are you running back with him? No, you ran to 140 and fought a bum. But go ahead, Chris, you got it.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's exactly what happened. But we knew. I have to say, we knew that Mr. Haney and Bill and all them was about to run up to 140 because they know who they running from. The 135 guys.
Yeah.
And
speaking of the 135 guy, right? And look, this is the media platform, so I want to share this, right? Blue Blood had Jose Sr., David Benavidez' father, on there, right? This guy is a decorated coach, Senior, Jose Sr. Blue's a Devin Haney guy. You can't hide the shit, bro. You can't hide it, right? So Blue gonna ask him about Tank and Devin, right? And he thought that Jose was gonna jump on the wave, but Jose said, "Yo, Tank Davis." He likes Tank Davis in that fight. And then what really fucked it up was when Jose, who was a coach, a killer's son, and David Benavidez, another son who faced Terrence Crawford, said that Gervonta Davis has faced more styles than Devin Haney. Now, if you could have seen Blue's reaction when he said that, right? Because what is the narrative about Tank and Devin? That that Tank hasn't fought nobody. That
he fight all Mexicans.
Devin fought the better resume and all this, but yet a coach who has coached against Terrence Crawford, many, elite fighters, said that Tank Davis has fought more skilled fighters. See that these are the things that the fans need to listen to. When you hear people who actually compete in the sport, or coaches like Jose Sr. say these things, because when somebody like myself says it, right, especially myself, because I'm overlooked, I'm not one of the more populars, but when I point these things out, oh, you're hating. You just don't like that person. No, maybe I know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. Maybe I know what I'm talking about. See, not only has Tank Davis fought more styles, he puts these motherfuckers to sleep, man.
He definitely does that. I know how he did Rody.
Word. He's putting these guys down. Like, you know the saying, down him. Yeah, he's putting them down.
I think the only one. I'm sorry, my bad. I like how he did Rolly though before he knocked him out. He told somebody, I think he told him shut the fuck up or something like that. He knocked him out right after. That was tight.
He's downing these guys, bro. Everything that Jose said about him is so accurate. I was like, man, these people need to hear this. And I was loving the fact that they was hearing it because Blue has a good audience, right? But I don't think the audience was. He didn't have the same numbers like he had when he was sitting in his car. It was a little lower this time, but at least they was in there, right? They was up in there, so they got to hear it, right? But what Jose said, right, about Tank. See, these a lot of these fans don't pay attention and listen. What he said about Tank Davis and his IQ in calculating fighters, right? He's an apex predator. He sets traps, and then he puts you down, right? He puts you down. And the one thing I can say about Tank Davis, right? I can't wait till they announce this Frank Martin fight, right? And it's official, right? Because when he puts Frank Martin to sleep, because that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, right? I just don't want to fuck the money up and fuck the bag up, right? There's a reason why Tank Davis has been on record and told EJ, yes, you, Earl Spence Jr., don't get your boy hurt. Don't get him hurt. You know what's up. Don't get him hurt. But that's what's going to happen. And Frank knows this. Frank, you about to get cashed out. Tank is going to put you to sleep, brother. Because Tank is confident like that for a reason. The African, gorilla, silverback gorilla from Uganda, Baltimore, Maryland, Uganda, right? They'll put hands on you with a headgear and 16-ounce gloves on. So he knows underneath the bright lights with the 8 ounces and no headgear, and he puts one of those shots on you, you're going to sleep. But you got it, Christopher. The news by Shanewz. You got it.
You saying it all, man. You putting that sauce out there like that, man. It's cold, though.
That's what's gonna happen to dude, though, bro. I'm telling you. And then these people are gonna understand, like, see, Tank is running the business. What I mean by running the business is he's playing the game, man. Everybody want to act like, oh, just stand the third with Tank. No. Listen, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. No. Listen, man, Tank will fight whoever. Tank will fight whoever. He's a fighter. See, all you do is want to push these narratives. And see, by y'all pushing those narratives, that tape got put out there. When he damn near killed Devin. Yo, would you imagine what would have happened if they was in 8-ounce gloves? If they was in 8-ounce gloves with no headgear on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, people be just... That's what I said, man. A lot of people that talk boxing, they just talking. They don't. You need to go into some of these gyms and witness some of this shit, man. Hands on. Then you have a better understanding and grasp for it, man.
I agree.
But
I agree with that.
Tank is the real deal, bro. Listen, he plays no games. Listen. Listen. Real talk. I wasn't who I am now as far as doing the media work, but I was personally on hand when he was 21 years old and he knocked out Jose Pedraza at Brooklyn's Barclays Center when he was 21 years old. I was at that fight. They thought I was from Baltimore, Maryland, because I was around mad Baltimore dudes, right? And I was telling them as the fight was going on, right? Because Pedraza is Puerto Rican, so a lot of Puerto Ricans was in there supporting him, and I was like, I know boxing. I was like, nah, young boy at the time, because that's what I was calling Tank. He was a puppy, 21 years old. I said, nah, young boy's about to lay the sledgehammer on him, bro. I was like, he's dog walking him. I was like, he's getting up on him, he's inching up on him. I said, he's closing the gap. And what happened? Tank put that combination on him. Boop, boop, boop. Snapped his neck like a motherfucking car accident. It was over. And after that, right? Yo, see, I think Tank took over the world too young. Too young. He was poor, respectfully. And, you know, it was a wrap after that. He wasn't disciplined. Because you gotta remember, Tank became a world champion, was on top of the world at 21 years old. A lot of people didn't expect him to beat Pedraza that night, man.
He was boxing more, right?
Yeah.
Like he does it now. He does it now, but I'm just saying, like he was boxing him more. Like
Tank a fight, bro. They just don't like how he moves and how they move him. That dude could fight, bro. And one thing about him, he's a computer in there. He's cerebral. Like if you start doing shit, he picks up on it and he's gonna step on it. You see how he did what's his name? If you really want to study Tank and know how deadly he is, watch his fight against Leo Santa Cruz. When he knocked Leo Santa Cruz out, he did that like a real apex predator, bro. He set him up for the blow of death. For the blow of death, he set him up. He let Leo get all lazy and lax and throw some bullshit ass punches out there. He slipped that shit and took that man. So Leo probably still has headaches right now, man. Behind that shit. He probably has to get a couple Tylenol PMs at night.
Having nightmares, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. Tank is different, man. Tank is different. I like Tank, man. I can't wait for him to get back in the ring and put hands on Frank Martin, man.
Yeah, he gonna knock him out. I don't know. I can see it.
Yeah, man. Frank gonna just like who said it, man? I forget what fighter said it. One fighter said it. They was like, it's gonna be competitive for the first 4 rounds, right? And then once Tank figures him out, he's going to sleep. I think it might have been my man Troy Osley. Somebody said it to me, man. I can't remember, but I know a fighter said it. They was like, yeah, it'll be competitive for a couple rounds. And then when Tank figures him out, it's over. It's over.
I agree.
And I think that's what's going to happen, man. I think that's what's going to happen. Well, go ahead, Chris. You got it.
I wanted to ask you about. I like your take on all these guys out here talking about Shakur. They wasn't talking about him, now they talking about him. You know what I mean? I thought that was good.
Yeah.
What you was talking about, man. That's
because look, that's what they like to do. Because Shakur is an easy target right now, right? But they need to talk about Richard Hitchison. Fuck talking about Shakur. Richard Hitchison called that man a track star. Talk about him. He said he ran. He said, nigga, you ran. Like, he didn't say you vacated. None of that. He said he ran, bro. Like he ran. Like, what you running from?
That's true facts, though.
What you running for? He said he ran. He didn't say he vacated the belts and left the division. He said he ran. Ran, man. Those were his adjectives, what he used to describe it. Shout out to WCS in the building. WCS, what's going on, OG?
I'm good. Salute to the hottest in the game, the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Christopher in the building. I heard y'all out here cooking, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hitchens, he's going around right now, man. He going a little bit viral, you know. But he made some good points, man.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, don't talk about Shakur. Shakur ain't saying nothing like this man said. This man said he called a lick. He said he earned it. He said he earned it. He said he earned it, but he called a lick. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that's why I had to break that down. Basically, he said you caught a come up, man. He caught a come up, man.
Well, what's better than 1 lick, 2 licks? Because he sure enough had to earn it.
Yeah.
He had 2 licks in Australia, bro.
Yeah. That's why I said he said he earned it. But he basically said, like, you didn't really fight nobody for it though. George Kambosos was a lick. And then you ran when you did get into a real firefight. Why didn't you run it back with Lomachenko? Like, I wish he would have ran it back with Lomachenko, man.
I mean, these cats don't get rematches today, man.
I know, terrible.
But I do. I'm sorry. I did think that Devin won, but he should have rematched Lomo. I believe that because I think the body shots in the beginning, Lomo, he was hitting him up with that. So yeah, that'd be another good part two, I guess. But like WCS said, these guys over here, I don't know about these rematches, man.
Listen, I thought Devin won too, right? Because he's the champion, right? I'm cut from that cloth. You got to take it from the champion. But I just think that, the talk, how a lot of people said that, Lomo could have got it. And from some of the shit that was out there, right? This is Devin. In between rounds, he knows it. He knows everything we're doing. He figured it out. Like, that shit's still in the back of my mind. Mm-hmm. And then you watch the shit like, damn, Lomo out there looking like a ballerina, turning, switching, pop, 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 putting it on. And when you think about it, right? I'm a purist. If you ever been around Lomo's a little dude. A little dude was getting up on you like that, man. Like, damn, it's a little guy, man. You a big dude, Devin. I've been around you too. You a big dude. This little white man, let's call a spade. He's a little white man, was putting hands on you like that, man.
Yeah, he was. After he stepped in the ring, Devin stepped in the ring with Lomachenko after he beat Jermaine Ortiz. Yeah. And he the size difference was incredible, bro.
It was.
I was like, damn, Devin done put some size on this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a fight, man. For those of y'all that really like fight, watch that fight, man. They should have fought again, man. That was a good fight, man.
Yeah, I thought Loma won though, man. I thought Loma pulled it out, bro.
A lot of people did. The only reason I gave it to Devin is because he's the champion. Yeah. But like I said, if they would have gave Lomo the victory, I wouldn't have been mad. But I'm cut from that. Like, if Timothy Bradley, no disrespect, Bradley, but I'm gonna throw you under the bus because you try to throw my nephew under the bus. If Timothy Bradley tried. He tried. Yeah,
he did.
You know why he tried? Did. Yeah, he did, but he tried because Francisco Vernal's number 10 now. He's number 10.
Exactly.
He's number 10 now. He was.
How did that work?
Yeah. But back to what I was saying about you, Bradley, right? If Timothy Bradley, right, can get a decision after bending the knee in the 12th round and being saved by the bell against Parotnikov, and get the decision, why can't Devin get the decision against Lomachenko? I'm just saying. But hey, what do I know? Got him. Yeah, that was you, Timmy.
Yes, I do have a question for you though, man. Because I know you're a Tank fan, right? He's one of your favorite fighters, right?
Me? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know you sometimes you say you saw him in the gym and he ain't showing all his skills.
Yeah.
But I remember back in the day, I can't say back in the day, it had to been like a year ago. Mm-hmm. I was on one of your lives and I asked you. I mean, I text because I was in the chat and I asked you, I said after the fight with when he went to 135, I asked you, I said, hey, so I think this is what I said. Now it's Shakur pound to pound. You still said it was Tank or, better than Shakur. I just want to know your not input, but your opinion about, those two, if they ever get down, if you don't mind.
So you asked me back then was who did I have in front of the other or at 135?
I don't remember, but I remember asking you about Shakur. You say, yeah, but, you still got Tank. Something to that thing. Something about that.
Well, I'm just going to assume, okay, you asked me. I still got Tank. I don't go off what everybody else say, man. I know a lot of people are listening to certain people. I heard, I know they listen to Paulie Malignaggi. You know how he puts the word out there, and now he's just committing. I like it about Paulie. Paulie's committing now. So I know he said that nobody can beat freaking Shakur Stevenson and so forth, but I still got Tank if he was to fight Shakur, man. Because it's a lot of things I seen from his sparring, man. And look, yes, he was in there with Brian Norman. I get it. But sparring is different than the lights. You know what I'm saying? The lights was a little bit dimmer in there. It was freaking smaller, a smaller venue. Okay. It used to be a supermarket. When I was a kid, I used to go up there and buy, candy and shit. So it was very small. The ring was like 4x4 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I seen Tank do some shit that I haven't seen him do in the ring yet. And dude is extremely talented, man. You know what I'm saying? Tank is extremely talented for what God blessed him with. But I don't take nothing away from the Emperor, man. I call Shakur Stevenson the Emperor. He's risen. You know what I'm saying? I call Shakur that when before he even had his first title, I think. I call him the Emperor. He's 3 divisions in, just like Tank. Are they ever gonna fight? I don't know, but it will be a damn good fight.
Yeah,
it'll be a damn good fight. Real talk. But I got Shakur Stevenson. I got Shakur Stevenson losing that one. That's just me.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, WCS. You had a chance to cover Tank multiple times, right? See him in sparring as well. See him underneath the bright lights. I spoke about this earlier, and I think you was even at this fight. Speak about guys, because Tank puts everybody down. So a lot of times, like the traps and the ring IQ and the things that he does in the ring, it gets overlooked because he's knocking things out. But you was there in the flesh when like I said, I think Leo Santa Cruz to this day, if I was to see him, I wouldn't. If you'd be like Tank, he might have like freeze up or something, right? You was there in the flesh when he did that to Leo Santa Cruz, man. When he set that beautiful trap and sent him into, he went to the third round, not the second round, the third round, man.
When I was watching that fight, it was doing still with COVID type restrictions, right? So when people was up here, like when you on deck, you already know. I ain't telling you anything. You don't know what social media is talking about because you're more focused on the fight itself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the fight. So I'm saying, he's basically trying to land some combinations on Tank, and he was. But Tank was just continue to walk, and he was just, kind of getting a feel of Leo Santa Cruz power and stuff like that. But the Mexican fans in there was just ooh and on, ooh, ah, ooh, every time Leo landed a shot on Tank. And Tank just kept on, and then Tank was talking shit, in between rounds to my, now, I'm going to knock him out. But it was a huge Mexican fan base there. So, came back out. He slowly but surely started trying to whip that damn uppercut. And a couple of times he was just getting a little bit hesitant on that uppercut until he got it down. Now, when he started to walk, the round that the Leo was knocked out, he let him continue to throw that right hand, baiting him. I thought this was the first time I actually seen a fighter die in the ring, and I was present. When that shot TV, landed, bro. Like. Back in the day, bro, when the music dropped, the bass, they just had the 12s in the back, in the window, and the bass dropped. Yeah. When Tank hit him with that uppercut, it's almost like everybody said, "Ooh," and then goddamn Leo just dropped, man. No life in his body or nothing. And the worst part about it, he was over there by his corner, bro.
Yeah, he was done.
He was sleep in front of his pops.
Yeah, he was dead. You said it best. I think that one of the best memes that I seen for that was the Boys in the Hood. When it was like, you want to see a dead body? And then they cut to with Javante hit him with that uppercut. Because he felt lifeless, bro. He did. He absolutely did. Like, man, that's one of the most and shout out to you for being on deck, experiencing that. But watching it on TV, you seen it like that was one of the most graphic, one punch knockouts.
And
This
check
is
this
a
out,
little guy
Sauce.
doing that, man.
Check this out, Sauce. Another crazy part about that too. That was a PBC card, right? Check this out. Check this out. We still, you know how in COVID restrictions they had you sitting, and then it was like 2 rows, and then another 5 or 6 people sit. They had them all spread out, right?
Yeah.
When Tank knocked out Lil Santa Cruz, it was so the crowd was so limited, like it wasn't a lot of people, it wasn't super packed, that we were dancing in between the freaking seats by the ring. All I saw was black people, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I saw my people, include myself. We was running around high-fiving. I don't even know who these niggas was, man. But he just knocked out Lil Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz was still on the canvas. You know, like it was bad, but it was good, man. It was like that's the best reaction that I ever seen of the PBC card, to be honest. I was at the Ricardo Nunez when he stopped Ricardo Nunez, but Nunez was still on his feet though.
Right?
Yeah, that was in Baltimore. He was still on his feet though. The referee stopped it. But Leo, he went out, bro. It was done.
Oh man, he was dead, man.
Yeah, he was dead for a second, man.
They brought him back to life, man.
Yeah, they did.
He crossed over, man. He crossed over, man. I'm telling you, if somebody brings up Tank's name around him, he catches the flashback, man.
Yeah, man. That I don't see how he even returned to the ring after that. That was vicious, man. That was vicious, man. That's one of the most vicious knockouts besides Deontay Wilder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
that's.
But look at the comparison. Wilder's a heavyweight.
Yeah,
man.
That's a heavyweight man right there.
Yeah.
Tank is a lightweight. You're talking about what, a heavyweight's body of work to a lightweight. That's to let you know, Tank got dynamite, man. Straight
he got
dynamite, bro. Dynamite, man. That's a different type of thunder he's bringing, man. That's why,
man. God bless that man. You know, God didn't bless him to be 6'8". You know, you can't generate that type of velocity being too tall and long limbs, bro.
No. That's why I can't wait for this Frank Martin fight, man. Because see, for me being around Tank and covering him, when he said to Earl, like, Earl, don't get your boy hurt. I already know what it's gonna be. I already know what it's gonna be. I'm like, Tank's gonna knock this fool out. Tank already rattled him. Like, he knows, like, boy, I'm gonna touch you in them 8 ounce with this dynamite. You're going to sleep. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, man.
You're going to sleep. For real. Like, don't get your boy hurt. You're going to sleep, man.
I'm looking for that fight too, man. Like, that's 12 rounds. It should be very, very competitive, bro.
Yeah,
I'm talking about while it lasts. Man. Because Frank Martin say he taking it through the ceiling. He taking it to the ceiling now.
Yeah, he is. When he gets hit with that damn uppercut, he's gonna be right up there until he falls back down.
And he said he gonna beat him like Debo too. Like, dang.
Yeah, he gonna be right up there. He gonna be right up there to the ceiling, because that's what Tank does. Tank makes you lift off the ground, and then he gonna come right back down and get that rude awakening. He gonna get that rude awakening, man.
What y'all got the fight? What y'all predictions? You know, as far as that fight, how long it lasts? You think it's a possibility to go the distance, or you know, it's definitely lights out?
It's lights out, and I was studying Frank a little bit. Frank's and I want to be nice about this, but Frank's carburetor, and you know, around the 6th, 7th round from his last fight, he starts looking like he needs an oil change. You know, his tires start getting a little low and flat. You know, that the muscle, because you know Frank looks good, man. He's real diesel and muscle, but the muscle fatigue starts setting in around 6, 7, man. That's not a good round for Tank, man. You might go to sleep around there, man. You know, you better he better have some Michelin air in his tires that night. If not, he's not getting past 7, man.
Yeah,
he's not getting past 7. What about you, Chris? What you think, man?
About 8. I think Tank, he gonna take his time like he always does. He gonna set him up with traps and, you know, and knock him out with that right hand. He used both hands, but he gonna knock him out. He'll figure him out sooner or later. That's how the great fighters do, man. They figure out.
They do. They set them traps, man. Tank is an apex predator. Tank, you know what Tank reminds me of, right? You ever see like you know, when I was growing up, I had all kind of animals, right? You know, sometimes when you put like the food in there and they full, the animals full, they might play with their food a little bit. Let them like I used to have like Komodo dragons and shit like that. Not a Komodo dragon, but the bearded dragons and shit. And sometimes the bearded dragons, they would let the damn crickets run around on them and shit, play around with them. That's what Tank does sometimes. He plays with his food. He gets in there and plays around with them. And then he just hits that switch and just puts him to sleep, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Tank get past Frank Martin though. I am, putting in the request like, man, I would like for you to fight somebody in your weight class as a champion, man. Like a Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know who's gonna win between Cambozo and Lomachenko.
Yeah.
But you got those other two vacant belts. And like I said before, I thought Frank Martin was gonna be, in line for one of those vacant titles and then fight somebody like Tank or Shakur Stevenson.
Yo,
but your boy Errol couldn't do it, man.
Remember he
Spence
was.
couldn't pull it off.
He was, but he wanted a little he wanted a little extra.
No, I'm talking about vacant. I'm talking about yeah, you're right. It was vacant at the time. You're right, man.
The WBC, but he wanted a little
I was more so talking about like a gift. Would they give him a gift like they gave Rolly? Get him a gift, get him a title, world champion, then unification.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They might have tried, man. They might have tried.
He did want a little bit more, and he blew it.
He got it now, though, man. So sometimes the Lord will give you what you asking for, but with this one, it comes with a heavy price, man. Look, see, and look, he played himself. Look, and the writing's right there on the wall. Yo, you might have beat Shakur that night, man. Because unlike Edward De Los Santos, you're a little bit more athletic. You possibly could have cut the ring off and got to Shakur. Shakur was a wounded warrior that night with one hand. That could have been your belt.
I wonder did he know that though.
I don't know, man. He knew he wanted a little He didn't want to fight. They told him, take a little Like, man, he should have took that fight, Frank, man. And, let me ask y'all this since we speaking on Tank and Shakur. Did y'all see Coach Calvin Ford basically saying that, they ain't even interested in fighting Shakur because Shakur runs too much. He was like, the fans don't want to see that.
I saw that, man, but I think about it like you guys don't want to fight him. What's going on? Like don't talk that to me. It's kind of like duck talk, but I don't want to call it a duck. I just call it. He just don't want to fight him. So
that's a good big fight though, man.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't think Shakur could run from Tank all night though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Tank love ripping to the body, man.
Yeah. That's why when Coach Calvin made that statement, I was kind of like, what do you mean you can't cut the ring off on this dude? Like, what do you mean he run all night? It's no such thing as running in boxing. You got to cut the ring off. That's called hit and not get hit. But you making it seem like Tank can't trap him off. He won't be able to get to him.
There, Sauce. He gonna stand right there, man. Fight. He'll fight motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, man. He ain't. Nah, it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. Ain't gonna be De Los Santos. He, 4 rounds. He was jumping back, and then he went in the middle of the ring. That's what I like about Shakur. He go middle of the ring. He did that the other 8 rounds, but nobody won't talk about that. I'm not gonna lie. He had a bad night, but who doesn't?
Look, but think about this. Yeah, he had a bad night, right? We seen fighters have bad night. Chris Colbert had a bad night and got put to sleep.
Yeah, bro.
Got put to sleep. Shakur Stevenson had a bad night and became a 3-division world champion. See, people don't want to talk about that, man, because they just don't like him. They just don't like him. Other fighters have bad nights. They get knocked the fuck out. Like Wilder had a bad night against Joseph Parker and lost. Shakur Stevenson had a bad night. He ran. He didn't do. The man didn't get hit. That's a bad night.
6%. It's 6%.
Word. That's a bad night. It's crazy, man. That's like boxing fans don't be really knowing, or they don't appreciate real shit. You know, they don't appreciate it. That's what it is. It's just like what we say about Bud Crawford. When these guys are long gone and they not fighting no more, then you'll appreciate it, because then you'll realize the shit that they was doing. You know?
That's facts.
For real, like even though he had a bad night, Edward De Los Santos didn't capitalize on it. You was in there with that man for 12 rounds. You mean for 12 rounds you couldn't get to him?
He supposed to be a power puncher, right? I mean, I didn't see Stevenson get beat up. See him get reffed up. I didn't see no cold, open or nothing. Nothing. But Stevenson, he boring all that. Yeah, the fight was boring, but hey, he has another fight. So let's see what he do this time. And I want to hear what you call Steven WCS and Sauce. Oh, band riders or whatever,
Yeah. Bandwagon riders.
Listen, that fight is gonna be in Newark. Shout out to Newark. I'm gonna tell you this, man. If you never attended a fight in Newark, man, they come out in Newark. When I tell you it'd be some thick macadamians in there, I mean, listen, you look to the right, you look to the left, you're liable to see a real Clonsdale. It'd be some horses in there. Giddy up.
Yeah, dude.
Giddy up.
Yeah. I would like to come there just for that, but I wouldn't want to stay in that motherfucker. I come over there just to drop in, you know what I'm saying, about 3 or 4 days. Take Shawty out.
They be in there, boy. God damn. Newark. Shout out to Newark. I can't forget New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Shakur brings them out, man.
I got to give a shout out to you too, man. I still have those memories of authentic now. Chris, you don't know what I'm talking about, man.
I don't.
I'm from the South, man. I had good food, but god damn it, they took me over one of their relatives' house, man. I had some authentic Jamaican food. That fried chicken, best fried chicken I ever had. And it was oxtails, red beans and rice. That shit was banging.
Yeah, she hooked it up.
That shit was banging, bro.
That's why, we gotta get back to the Stewart. When we fight at the Stewart Hotel, and she used to cater, used to get it catered, right? After the weigh-ins for Jihad, we would have the red snapper, the oxtails, the fried chicken, all of that. And the good thing about the Stewart Hotels, WCS will tell you, those rooms come with kitchens. You got kitchens, so you don't gotta reheat your food in the microwave. You can reheat it in the kitchen, pots and pans and all of that, man.
That's cool.
Man.
Yeah. We used to eat real good at the Stewart Hotel, man.
Yeah, shout out to the Stewart, man. That's classic, man.
Yeah, I love the Stewart, man. I miss it, man.
It just makes it so easy for everybody to just file in the lobby and you can just fish all. I mean, Thursday night to Friday, you really get jumping up in there, man.
Yeah, and then after the fight Saturday night, the lobby is the spot.
Man, what?
The lobby is the spot, man. After the fight, right? Saturday night, you walk right across the street. All the teams, the players, the fighters is in there. That's where me and Robesi Ramirez ate the pizza. When he put Abraham Nova to sleep. When WCS probably got one of the best frames I ever seen in my life, the money frame. He got the Robesi Ramirez Muhammad Ali frame where he was standing over his opponent after stretching him out.
With a little, just a smirk on, just a little smirk, dog.
Man, that knockout was cold too.
That shit was cold, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you, some of the best knockouts I seen was at the Hula Theater. Like I seen, shout out to Coach Reen too. Coach Reen got our seats upgraded. The guys always talk about you in the rafters and I was so close. I was sitting by the matchmakers, the seats that Coach Reen got us. When Zepeda knocked out Josue Vargas. Yo, I was literally right there. I seen the sweat trickle off of his jaw when Jose with Zepeda hit him with that left. I seen it come off of his beard.
Man, that shit was vicious.
I told dude right next to me, I said, yo, it's over. He's not, even if he gets up, he got up and stumbled into the ropes, all type of shit. I was like, yo, it's over. You don't recover from a shot like that, man. It was over. But I remember that night, man. Great fights at the Garden and the Hula Theater, man. Great fights.
Yeah, Hulu be putting it on, man.
Yeah, and then you go right back across the street to the Stewart Hotel, and the lobby be crazy. Crazy. Everybody be in there. Everybody. All the fighters, they team, just everybody.
They family, they people be up there, all that shit, man.
Yeah. And it's like unlimited access. Guys be there. Especially the winning teams. Listen, you could probably get some of the best content right then on the spot, man. Everybody be all jubilee and happy, and man, it be going down, man.
And sometimes you can get in on some good media scrums too, you know, when they coming back through. You know, they talk that shit for a minute, everybody's gathered around. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know?
That classic interview that everybody loves that I got of Teofimo Sr. That's right in front of the Stewart, right after they beat Richard Comey. And he was like, I told everybody. Everybody was turned up. It was a good time, man. We was out there in the streets partying. Junior was feeling good. He said, I told everybody. Yeah, man. Stewart Hotel, man. Fond memories, man. But yo, WCS, I don't know if you heard me speak about this earlier, man. As a consumer, I gotta get this from you, man. Because you not only are you a consumer, you covered a lot of fights. You have a very impressive catalog. But 3 fights, though. 3 fights in 6 months is what we're looking like right now for the PBC. What is your assessment on that as a consumer?
Unacceptable. You know, I was listening to the 101s the day they had the open workouts with, the Roland Romero fight and all that coming up. And I noticed they just kept saying Prime. They wouldn't dare mention, and what's her name? Caleb Plant's wife was doing the interviews. But I look at it like that's unacceptable, because you all supposed to be one of the primary hitters in the game, TGB. You know what I'm saying? It should be TGB, but a lot of people think PBC is a promotion. It's not. But, PBC has to take the heat, though. They have to take the heat to this because they're a part of it. Why? Because the Grand Poobah is the one who's making all the decisions behind the scene. And, we're going into the 4th month of 2024, and you saying 3 fight cards so far?
Yeah.
3? Yeah. And the march was supposed to be the banger though, and then they took Tank off. They took Tank off and moved him.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's crazy. Man.
Zoo and Fundora is not gonna substitute a Tank Davis. It's not. Yeah. It's not happening, bro.
Now I want to put this out there since you guys are on the panel, right? And I gotta say my sources, right? What my sources told me, right? And these are reputable people. They told me basically what's going on is that Prime, whoever's over there, they're not a hedge fund company. And they don't want to give this guy the budget, alleged. I'm going to say alleged because I don't want to say, look at that source guy always think he knows everything I'm saying. But from what I'm hearing is they don't want to give this guy the money, the hedge fund guy, because he ran through $1 billion, right? And they know that when they give him the budget, what he's going to do is what he did with the hedge fund. He's going to get all of his guys to fight. If he has 8 guys fighting on the card and he gets 20%, 20%, 20%, 20% from these 8 guys, that's what he did before, and he fucked the money up. So now they aren't giving him the money, alleged from my sources, if that makes any sense.
I like it, man. Did you want to go, Chris? What?
I mean, I like it too, but I know who he's talking about. But And Rick Glazier, he right on the money, man. He overpaid, man. Yeah, he shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, I want to say this too. I'm glad you brought up Rick. Shout out to Rick Glazier and Barbershop Conversation, aka Fred X. You know, those guys, they took a lick, right? They took a beating out here for speaking on a lot of things. But I just want to say a lot of the things that these guys were saying is kind of looking like they might have been some insiders that had insider trading information, because 3 fights in 6 months. I don't know, man. I don't want y'all to say I'm a top ranked guy, but I think Top Rank might have put on 3 cards in 3 months. I mean, in a month, man. You know?
I think my opinion, whoever's in charge of those decision-making process, it just goes to show you there's levels, right? And come on, man. I remember when all these channels, these pro PBC channels, was just overlooking, they was criticizing anybody who would just, go against the grain with Al Heyman. And then, they saying, well, if you want to come over here, the PBC, you're going to get paid correctly. That's what you're going to do. And they was just boasting about this shit, boasting. And then when it really started to get bad is when the news had broke that Showtime was on their way out the door. And Rick Glacier said that, hey, the reason why that's happened because he done blew through it, like you said earlier, Shaw. He done blew through millions of these hedge fund guys. And somebody told me allegedly that the reason that you don't see him out there is because he don't want to get served with papers.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
You don't want to get served with papers to go to court.
I didn't want to mention that, but since you mentioned that, my sources said something similar. Like he's on the low because they're looking to serve him something. I'm like, what do you mean? I don't serve him what? This is the big dog. He's looking. They're looking to serve him something. And then he also said, remember, the other big dog over there said that he's owed some money as well. Mm-hmm. That's why this is his company as well too. Speaking on Floyd, Floyd has partnership of the PBC because I guess he invested as well, and he never got his return on his investment. So maybe that's why we see Leonard Ellaby still around, doing whatever he's doing at these press conferences.
I don't feel no type of way, as far as any empathy for them, because having covered their fights, they just run a different type of, what I'm saying? They run a different type of club over there. It's not as smooth as we are able to cover Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? Top Rank lets you work, and that's what you're there for. When you pay for lodging, you pay for your flight, you come over there, you touch down, you get situated, you don't go on live and show you get the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get the fucking work. With PBC, it's almost like you going through a freaking draft, man. You gotta get in line. They gotta check your ID. They gotta lecture you, give you the breakdown. It's just uncomfortable, man. It's a whole lot of stress that goes along with that. So
yes, it is. Listen, I'm gonna say this: as a consumer of boxing, I will definitely support their fights. But as a media marketing agent, a journalist, a UGK, I don't think I would like to cover their fights. I'll go and buy a ticket and watch and support the fighters. But if I'm offered a credential, because that's what it's called, a working pass, I'll pass. I'll just rather go and get some popcorn and a refreshment and watch the fight, because they don't allow you to work the fight. I'm like I gotta agree with WCS. Whenever I'm awarded a credential for a Top Rank card, a Matchroom card, at the Bella Entertainment, Star Boxing, I'm allowed to take photos and talk to people. I'm not screamed at like, turn it off, and they don't do that. They don't do that. If I pull somebody to the side and I'm having a moment with them, nobody is running up on me like, what are you talking about? They don't do that. So I'm not used to that anymore. So I don't want to be around that. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. I'll go there and buy a ticket and watch the fight and support the fights when they are available. You know.
Well, they got to get it together. You know, the old saying, "What comes around goes around."
Yeah.
You know, them people was running that type of shit, man. They didn't care how they speak to people. You know who they hurt. You know any of that. They made it so difficult to get credentials. So now,
Everything.
you know, looking at your schedule, we ask you again why you don't have the schedule out. What's wrong with it? You know that y'all supposed to have been ahead of the game. You got the Grand Poobah running shit over there. You trying to tell me he didn't know Showtime was leaving? You didn't know how difficult it was going to be, you know, dealing with Amazon and them. You know, you had to crack the books open. You had to crack the books.
You know what's crazy, right? How as we sit here talking about this, where are all the content creators, the insiders that said they were supposed to be getting multiple deals?
Multiple.
Where's the deals at right now, man?
Where are they, man?
Where are the deals at, man? I see
Where
Jake. I was about to call him Jake Netflix. I see Jake Paul got the Netflix situation. What happened with the PBC's Netflix situation? What happened with that, man?
Yeah, what happened? We want to know, man. I tried to inquire and put an open inquiry out there to the YTC, but I received no response.
Yeah,
I was actually calling names. I was like, please, all I want to do is to hear you talk about the business part of the PBC and why they're struggling the way they are.
I think when it comes to them, right? Me too. I've been reaching out and sending out SOSs, but I think when it just comes to them, man, they just certain people they don't want to talk to now. And I have been, you've seen some of my emails, WCS in past to hitters over there, professional emails, no responses. Or why don't you go ask him? I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Aren't you in charge? Like, why do I have to ask him? Maybe I already asked him and he told me something, and I don't want to put it out there until I get your side of it, respectfully. But if you want it to be like that, I could put it out. But yeah, man, these guys, I don't know, man. It's just sad to see them like that right now, man. It's just sad, man.
You ain't lying.
It's just real sad, man. Because like I said, I just came about like a little under a month ago from covering the Top Rank event, couple events, fight card and fight week, and it's just like I don't know, man. It's just a different, like you go down there, the people talk to you nice. They give you they give you the bout sheet a day before the bout.
Yeah.
Then you're walking into the room. You listen. You can walk right into an interview. You're not walking into the room or recording anything, and they say, "Put your camera down. It's not time to record yet."
I know, right?
What did I come here for?
What for real?
Yeah,
the worst.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Wait. I just checked in. I just got my credentials, and I'm recording. What do you mean? What am I recording for? So I didn't come here to get content to cover your event. Like I don't know, man. I don't want to be around that no more, man. I guess I'm unprofessional, man. Shout out to, like I said, all these professional companies and guys like WCS that have schooled me and groomed me. I'm on a different level, man. And me and WCS was talking about this the other day, and he asked me about an event, was I going to cover it? And I was like, nah, that's below my qualifications now. I was like, nah, I can't. I was like, that's beneath my standards, right? I was like, I'm not used to that, man. Nah.
I'm going to have to deny, you know what I'm saying? I have to turn down, reject this freaking fight card. I wanted to ask you, bro, both of y'all, man. I wanted to ask y'all, so being that you're talking about the minimal fight cards that's been put on so far, what do you grade them out of 1 through 5? You know what I'm saying? 5 being the highest. What do you grade the quality? Because you got Charlo and Caleb that's supposed to be, coming in July.
Yeah.
So what do you grade it so far? With the amount that they've been able to present to us. So what do you grade them?
Want me to go first?
Go ahead, Chris. You got it. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it, Chris. Go ahead.
I agree. You mean just that fight, or you mean the whole card?
No, just the cards that they've put on right now, being that it is, minimal. What do you grade them so far, since they're struggling to get the schedule out and so forth? What do you grade the quality?
I'm going with a C right now.
No, he said 1 through 5. 5 being the highest.
1 through 5. A 3. Like it's in the middle. Okay. 2.5. I'm in the middle of it, because they haven't, 3, 5, 3. No, I don't. I'm in the middle about that, so I don't.
I feel.
I like the fight though with the Charlo and Plant fight, but I think he gonna get tired though, Mr. Plant. He gonna get tired at the end like he always does. But he did show a warrior spirit when he fought David though. I have to give him props on that.
Yeah, he did.
So,
because he told me twice, man. He told me that David was the easiest fighter in the division.
Yep.
That's before he fought him, and I was expecting him to go in there and give me a little bit more, but he did show some heart. But you say you give him a 3. What about you, Shaw?
And I this is no disrespect by any means, but I have to give them half of what Chris gave them, and it was a little lower than that. But now with the Canelo fight and a potential Tank Davis fight in June, late spring, early summer, a 1.5.
Okay. 1.5.
Yeah.
Well, I don't find any bias in the grading scales that you place them at, because I was surprised it wasn't a 0 point.
Yeah, I was gonna give him the Earl Spence resume grade for Terrence Crawford, but I want to be respectable.
Okay, I got you.
I want to be respectable. They do got Canelo raping him for $35 million.
Oh,
so
my
that is a point, right?
Yeah.
And then they are bringing back one of my guys I like to watch late spring, early summer, Tank. So they get a 0.5 for that. So 1.5. But if I'm basing off of what the other promotional companies have been giving us, they're at a -3.
I agree with that.
These guys are putting on shows after shows after shows. You guys went in the dark in December, and it's coming back out. You don't even have a dim light. You know what I'm saying? The light's not bright. It's not potent. It's dim as hell. One card in March, April, then another card that's official now in May. That is very dim.
Mm-hmm.
Dim. What about yourself, WCS?
I was thinking more like a -8.5. You know what I'm saying? I have absolutely no love, man. They talked all this talk, and also I'm putting the culpability from the YTC, the content creators that was over here pushing for all that. Telling lies and shit, and claiming that PBC had everything figured out. But the rumor was out there. Showtime was on their way to the exit, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are the man, and they say you the man, what's one thing they say? Proper preparation, right? Prevents piss poor planning. Well, performance. Well, guess what? You trying to tell me it was nobody on the team to pretty much get them prepared for 2024, knowing that Showtime was on their way out?
Yeah.
Showtime was on their way out in 23. Y'all didn't have no idea. Okay, if Amazon Prime was the ones that's going to be next up, you wasn't on the phone lines. Something else was going on, and we know what it is because he blew through that money. We knew what it is, but at least let your consumers know, the ones who support you.
I have no idea.
For real, you got people saying no ideal. That's the reason why you in the position you in now. Shit. Hey, both of y'all. He better not go 0-2 this coming up. He better not go 0-2 now.
God. Oh my God.
He got Garcia and Martin coming up. Don't go 0-2 now.
It might be crazy, man. It might get real, man.
It's gonna get real, man.
It might get real spooky over there, man. Damn.
It's gonna get bad.
Yo, listen, if it does, and I'm just putting the disclaimer out there now, and because I'm getting very, very more crafty with my content, it's just comedy content. I'm just putting the disclaimer out there now. If you go 02, you know, and the content is a little take that. You're Diddy James. So you gotta just take that.
You ain't lying, right?
You
God
know?
damn. You better
you
not
just
go 02. You better not, man.
You gotta just take that, man. Because you know, Bo Mac put it out there already. You can't hide no more.
Can't hide no more,
man. So you just gotta take it, man. You gotta take it, man. Coach Ring, what's up? Come say what's up to the guys, Coach Ring.
What's up?
What's up, Coach? How you feeling?
What's up, Coach?
Good.
Yes,
I see your work. Hey, great work. You know what I'm saying? Great work. I know your father's proud of you. Great work.
Yes. But Coach Ring, we about to shoot down to the rec right now.
Actually, let me say my famous line.
All right, say your famous line. Go ahead.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Give us a huge thumbs up. The Hot Tucker is the best. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes, Jahan Tucker. What about Marley? What about your fighter Marley, man?
Since Jahan and Molly get in the fight all the time, I'm gonna have to let that slide.
All right. Appreciate you, Coach Ring.
But Jase is the best.
Yes, Jase, that's Bam Bam. For those of y'all that don't know, Jase is his real name, but we call him Bam Bam. He gets busy too, man.
You quite the man.
Yes,
I
might put some content out on Jase tonight, man, because you know he's in there doing his combinations.
Yeah, shout out to Bam Bam. Learning quick, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you get up out of here, man. Shout out to everybody who tuned in, man. Y'all continue to support, you know, Shanewz. You know what I'm saying? Salute. And hey, big salute to you too, Chris, man. Good chopping it up with you again, man. Salute.
Appreciate you, WCS. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Yo, Chris, you got some final parting shots, man.
You know, I ain't get this, man. But hey, man, you know, keep up the good content, man. That was fire, man. It's fire, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you, my guy.
Cause you keep that real you know, boxing talk, man. You ain't playing around, you know, trying to spin it and all. No, it's straight, raw, uncut, man.
Yeah, but I you know, I gotta start doing the faces they told me. You know, the expressions. You know what I'm saying? I gotta start doing the expressions. I forgot about that, but I'm gonna incorporate that though, man. But yo, always, man. Whenever I drop that link, if you available, man, jump on, man. The door's always open for you, bro. Appreciate you over here.
One more thing. People, man, y'all need to push that like button, man. This is some real stuff, man.
Appreciate that. Absolutely. But, you know, eventually they get to it, Christopher. They get to it. You know why? Because the more we grow in the game, like with Marley and Jihad, they're going to have no choice but to push the like button.
Yeah,
because we're gonna be really doing this, and because we've been doing this, and we're gonna continue to keep doing this, you know. And if they don't press the like, they just be exposed for what? Are you a fan of boxing? Or you know my saying? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them, right?
All right, and shout out to the fam too, man. They hella fighters, man. I like them, man.
Yeah,
I've been paying attention.
I'm gonna throw Marley on in a second, man, because I'm about to shoot down to the gym right now. Within a half hour, when I'll probably go live again for a little bit. I think they might be spawned again tonight.
Okay.
All right, Chris, appreciate you. Yeah. Salute to everybody that came through tonight. We're gonna wrap this up. As you can see, we get into it. Hopefully, this was a good, informative show tonight. The news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. But you know, like we like to say, but hey, what do I know? Wrap this to the floor, baby.
Yeah, from the rafters to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the floor, man. Yeah, you going up to the rafters or what, man?
No, I'm down here all night, Sean.
Oh, okay. It's like,
what about yourself, man?
Yeah, we down here. You see, we down here.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimonteloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
Yes, you know the vibes.